I'm Jeff Braden along with Alan Raleigh. It's Norristown boys basketball tonight. The 14-2 Eagles take on the 14-4 Clippers of Chester High School.
That's right, Jeff. This is another one of the tough opponents Norristown is playing this year due to their independent schedule. Chester, a member of the Delaware Valley League. They haven't lost in their own league since 1977, which is outstanding in itself.
Unbelievable.
One of their losses this year coming at the hands of Ben Franklin, one of the top teams down in the public league in Philadelphia. So Chester coming in here tonight to the Eagles' den, and it's going to be a very tough ball game. Norristown and Chester match up very well in height and in bulk across the front line.
That's right. We've got a 6'7" center for Chester, and of course Norristown's Dante Woods at 6'7". Jerome Reinhardt giving away 2 inches at the forward position to the 6'6" power forward for Chester, but he's a man of bulk and a man of experience for Norristown. Probably their biggest clutch player.
That's true. Jerome, as Coach John Cresswell has noted, is probably the only player in Norristown who does not get intimidated by some of these better teams that are coming in here and by the imposing size of their front line. We saw against the last tough opponent Norristown had to face, that of course being the Edison Inventors from Philadelphia. Reinhardt had to take a seat on the bench during the third quarter because he picked up his 4th personal foul very early in the ball game. And as a result, Norristown really got blown away on the boards, and consequently they went on to lose that ball game. I think tonight a big factor is keeping Jerome out of foul problems. And of course, we've seen Dante Woods really emerge in the last couple ball games, become much more consistent.
That's right. Ever since that feature article in the Times-Herald, we've seen Dante become a better player. I doubt that had anything to do with it, but nevertheless, he's become more. I don't know. I guess he's felt more at ease on the court. He's played better under the boards, played more intelligent defense.
That's true. He's managing to fill up the lane. He's he's very conscious now of what's going on. He's not going up and trying to block every shot that's put up by the opposing team. Instead, he's going for the rebounds, much better positioning, and plus he's getting involved a little bit more in the offense. And I think that's helping them too, because it takes a little bit of the pressure off of him. Tonight he'll probably be going up against Darren Pearsall, who is a 6'7" forward center for Chester. But the thing is, Darryl's also built very much along the same lines as Dante. They're both very big, but they're both very slim and very sleek. So it's not going to be somewhere like Anthony Robinson going against, for example, Dante Woods, who outweighed him by a good 30, 40 pounds.
That's right. And of course, Darren Queenan, who's played fantastic basketball this year, has taken a lot of the pressure off Norristown's front court of Dante Woods and Jerome Reinhardt. Darren's done a lot of scoring this year.
Well, Darren also has a tremendous ability to really sky up there for a rebound. For one of the shorter players on the forward line against most teams, Darren only goes at around 6'1", but that good vertical jump of his enables him to get in there. And Darren Queenan, a very smart rebounder too. He knows where the ball is going to come down most times, and he's in there for position already. And that's got to help you, especially when you get into the position. It's much easier to pull down the rebound.
Well, the great amount of rebounds that Darren gets and the fact that he goes up for the tap witness the fact that he's a fantastic leaper. Of course, at guards, you have 3 players that Coach Cresswell usually uses: Chuck Walker, Darryl Wise, and Frank Dobbs.
And how many times have we seen the lightning quickness of the Norristown guards come up with that key turnover to really get the Norristown offense ignited? I was talking to Chuck Walker before the game. He said he'd come up with his usual 3 or 4 spectacular steals. I mean, the guy brags, but he's absolutely right. We've seen that repeatedly throughout this year, and I think that's going to be a big thing here tonight in tonight's ball game. Norristown's guards pushing the ball up the court, getting it to the forward line. Norristown getting the running game intact.
We saw a very fast-paced, high-scoring JV ball game. I expect we'll see the exact same thing tonight. I think both teams are going to want to run with the ball.
That's right. Chester, a very good running team. They have good size, very well coached. We should have another fantastic ball game tonight. I don't know. I think Norristown coming off the loss to Edison and consequently then the win against Methacton, good shape tonight. I'm looking for Norristown to win this ball game. I feel encouraged by it.
I'm looking for Norristown to assert themselves against a good, well-established team. They're looking to move up in the polls in the area.
That's right. Norristown, of course, the more they play these independent scheduled opponents, the more recognition they're getting, especially down in Philadelphia. They've taken on anybody that's come along. They've played some very tough public league teams. They still have Ben Franklin to come along, and this is just another along a long line.
Okay, it should be a fantastic ball game. Let's go down to courtside for what should be great.
This time.
Almost ready to begin play here.
Getting ready for the opening lineups to be introduced for each team. Coming out for Chester going to be in the black and orange uniforms tonight. Number 14 is Steve Miller. He's a 6'1" junior guard.
And Miller's a junior, but he's also run out of his eligibility after this year.
Oh, really? Well, that tells you about his academic endeavors right there, folks. Number 44, Darryl Greene. Number 42 is Darren Pearsall. Number 23, Theron Driggins. And who is the final player coming out there for Chester? We'll get in just a moment here as the Eagles are being introduced. Number 10, Chuck Walker. Norristown in their home white uniforms. Blue and white colors of the Eagles. Number 12, Darren Queenan, starting at the small forward position. Darrell Wise, number 15, joining Chuck Walker in the backcourt for the Eagles. Wise, the shooting guard for Norristown. Number 23, the center, 6'7", Dante Woods. And number 14, power forward, Jerome Reinhardt. Oh, I'm sorry, number 24, Jerome Reinhardt.
Now, how many games have we done and you don't know Jerome's number yet? Now, come on
forgot.
Now. Come on now.
Hey, all I know is I know what he looks like on the court. That's all that really matters.
Gonna cut your salary in half.
And once again, the starting lineup here for the Chester Clippers here tonight. We have number 14, Steve Miller. Number 44, Darryl Greene. Number 23, Theron Driggins. Number 42, Darren Pearsall. And number 10, Derek Reed. Theron, what a name.
How about Theron?
Theron. Very dramatic there.
Theron.
Whatever you say.
All right, let's go with Theron.
You doing this?
You go ahead.
Will I do this? Okay. Darren Queenan, as we said in the pregame show, going up for the tap. Norristown loses at Chester in control.
Darren now streamlined. He's got a haircut.
Yeah, right. Still has the black horn-rimmed glasses on. Chester going inside to number 42, Darren Pearsall. He's the man we were telling you about. 6'7" junior for Chester. Ball knocked away by Reed, coming up with it for Chester. Knocked away by Wise. Finally put up by number 23, Theron Driggins. Chester breaking up on top, 4-0 very quickly here in this ball game. Darrell Wise getting pressured in the backcourt, loses control of it.
And right away we're seeing the thing that Norristown has been so susceptible to this year, the full court pressure. Coach Cliff Wilson coming right out with it to begin the ball game, and Norristown just falls.
Well, I think word has finally gotten out. We've seen that happen against every team Norristown has faced from the Philadelphia area. Full court pressure, it does cause problems with Norristown's ball handling guard. They go inside, Jerome Reinhardt, turnaround in the lane, no good. Taken down by Chester. Number 14 has it, Steve Miller. Reed over to Driggins now. Driggins isolated down in the left corner. He's open momentarily, back outside to Reed. Reed shifts it around the other side now. Miller inside to Pearson. Or Pearsall. Pearsall's called for traveling. Pearsall and Dante Woods both 6'7". Chuck Walker over to Darren Queenan back there to help Norristown get the ball at court. Reinhardt has power move to the basket and he scores. Nice move by Jerome. That establishes early that he's not afraid to just take it down the lane and to the hoop, Jeff.
Exactly. Good play by Jerome Reinhardt. Makes the power move to the basket, gets the good 2 points.
Driggins back out to Reed now. Chester has been trying to work the ball inside and they've been successful early. Driggins from outside, no good rebound. You can see Darren Queenan just skying up there, aggressively pulling that one down. Wise, intended for Woods, ball tapped back out. Chuck Walker coming up forward. In front of us, he is stripped by Reed. Reed driving in, and he goes in for the layup. So that time, it looked like Norristown was going to take advantage of that one. And now the ball's on the floor once again. Queenan coming up with it. And number 14, Steve Miller, commits the foul. It's going to be a blocking foul. Chuck Walker is going to inbound the ball from the far side in front of the scorekeeper. Norristown, coached by John Cresswell, assistant coach Earl Mitchell. Cliff Wilson, the head coach of the Chester Clippers. Walker down to Wise. It's tapped out of bounds, though, as Darryl Greene goes up and knocks it into the crowd.
Norristown, I don't know, boy. Could be turnover city here tonight.
Down very quickly here.
There it is again. Walker can't beat that pressure.
Reinhardt again. This time it's off the rim. Queenan with the rebound.
Nice play by Darren.
Darren in position and puts it through.
That's what we've been talking about. Darren gets position. He knows where he is on the court at all times.
Miller through traffic. Driggins inside now. He loses it. And it's going to be the white ball. Norristown gets control. Well, the Eagles are going to have to be very patient here, trying to work the ball up. They've been having problems throughout the opening moments of this ball game. Queenan leads into Dante Woods. Dante goes in, goes for the slam. He misses the dunk, and he is fouled on the play. Dante on the floor momentarily. He's up quickly, though. And did you get, let's see what the call is here.
Pearsall stood his ground, let Dante drive in on him. Woods tried to get the slam, the big play.
That Dante missed a dunk on it was his own fault that time. He bounced off the edge of the rim rather than through the hill.
Well, it was tough. He had to go over Pearsall. He's a man who equal to him in height. Both of these guys think they're Patrick Ewing a little bit, don't they? Dante with his gray T-shirt on and Pearsall with his black T-shirt.
All inspiring. That's what it is.
All right. Did you see that?
Steve Miller just comes over
and
gives Dante a little word of encouragement.
Now Miller and Wise are exchanging words here. And Miller's talking a lot. Well, he's got no teeth too. I don't know about that.
Miller and Wise should have an interesting night together. Dante 1 for 2 from the line. 6-5. Norristown within 1. Now it's Norristown that's using a little bit of the pressure. Reed getting double team. Queenan with the steal. Pass intended for Walker. Picked off though.
Bad pass that time. Had the ball. He should have just waited.
So Norristown going to a half-court trap here. It's off the legs that time. Chester Wise has it. Wise drives to the hoop.
I think we've got a foul called before the shot was made on number 44, Darryl Greene. Blocking foul.
And we have a substitution here. Eric Jones, a 6-foot senior guard, checking into the ball game. He's going to replace, who was it? Who just took a seat on the bench for Chester?
Number 10, Derek Reed.
We have seen Norristown at times this year, especially the loss to Edison, get hurt because of their poor foul shooting.
And I think tonight's crowd is the most vocal we've had in a long time. A lot of background noise here this evening.
I'll tell you, a good crowd. You look around in the bleachers, and they're about 50% filled to capacity here.
Well, apparently people knew Chester's a great team, and they expected a good ball game. I think we're going to see it.
And we have a small Chester cheering section, but I'll tell you, they are very vocal. And that time, Steve Miller just drills one from the right side from about 15 feet out. Walker gets it up. Jerome Reinhardt coming up to help him. Reinhardt goes right to the hole and puts it through.
I think Jerome's establishing himself. He's not going to mess around tonight. He wants this ball game.
Now it's Striggins. He misses it. Taken down by Miller. Miller in the right place at the right time that time. 3-second violation called on Darren Pearsall that time. .4:15 to go in this opening stanza. And the ball is just tapped away. Turnover, and Chuck Walker blocks the shot. Walker up to Dante Woods. Dante Woods passes off to Reinhardt. Reinhardt goes for the slam, but he is snuffed, and the foul is called on Darren Pearsall. Good play, though, by Dante Woods that time. Could have taken it and forced the move, but instead he went over to Jerome Reinhardt, open on the baseline.
That's right. Woods and Reinhardt took it down to Darren Pearsall. Pearsall would have had position. I think he would have drawn a charge on Dante Woods. Woods got the pass over there. Pearsall got a hand on it, deflected it, but Jerome went in, tried to do the exact same thing that Dante did with the slam. This time, Pearsall is called for the foul.
Plus, I'd like to point out on the other end, that was a nice recovery, too, by Chuck Walker going up and blocking that shot by Chester after Darryl Wise's bounce pass was picked off.
And very quickly, Pearsall with 2 fouls. He's replaced by John Powell.
And that's an added plus for Norristown. Pearsall 6'7". Their main man for Chester in the middle. He's on the bench, as Jeff just told you. How many points does Jerome have? 5 already. He's going for 6 here. And he gets it. 10-8, Norristown breaks on top.
Jerome has a nice touch. And I think Chester better be wary that Jerome will shoot from the outside on him, too.
Jones in the corner now. That time a jumper by number 43, just came in the ball game. John Powell, 6'2" forward. He nails it. 10-10 ball game. Walker being very patient, goes through 2 dribblers, finally comes up with it again. Lucky, Ray Walker just cannot control it.
No, I think it was a questionable call there. Of course, the official was right on top of it. I thought perhaps Chester knocked that ball out of bounds. Some of the fans thought so too. Can't tell from here, really.
Jones at the top of the key now, swings it on over to Miller. Miller going down in the corner, back to Jones. Jones, cross court to Powell. And Powell is called for traveling. Norristown regains control on the turnover. Darryl Wise, number 15 on the far side. He's immediately double teamed, goes to Darryl Greene, breaking through the lane, drives in. His shot's off the glass too high. Driggins pulling it down. Driggins, the big man, right up the middle, bounce pass to Miller. Miller's layup attempt, no good. Almost, I thought, could have been a technical on Dante Woods that time.
Dante slammed into the boards that time. I don't know.
Either way, Steve Miller will be going through the line now for the Clippers.
It's a game we expected, Alan, up and down the court. No slowdowns here tonight. Quite the opposite of what we saw against Bethacton.
Oh boy.
Talk about two different teams.
In case you're wondering, if you didn't catch the Bethacton game, Bethacton came out, they held the ball. They passed the ball,
and
they never shot the ball.
And they held the ball.
Miller 1 for 2, but he gets his own rebound, puts it up off the rim. Driggins with it. Driggins misses it, gets a second attempt. Quite a display of rebounding that time by Chester. Finally, Darryl Wise pulling it down. You cannot give Chester that many opportunities underneath the basket. Wise going over to Walker now. Walker is met immediately by Bacon. Darren Greene in the middle of the lane, pops one.
That time, Darren used his leaping ability to get the good shot. Brought it up into the air. Nice basket. We have a timeout called by Cliff Wilson of Chester. His team down by 1 point.
Norristown up 12-11, 2:40 to go in this opening quarter.
Except for that last offensive time for Chester, Norristown has been controlling the boards fairly well. That time they gave him 4 opportunities. Very luckily, nothing went down for Chester. Luckily, of course, for Norristown.
I think both teams, though, came out here a little out of control, trying to speed things up a little too quickly. Norristown had initial problems with the full court press that Chester was using, especially in the backcourt. As you said earlier in the ballgame, it gives Norristown's guards fits. We've seen it repeatedly throughout the season. I have not heard Norristown's gymnasium this loud in quite a while.
It really is.
And I'd say 50% of the noise is from the smaller Chester section.
It's just a lot of background noise.
All the families must be here tonight.
I'm really pleased to see so many Norristown fans. The last ball game we saw a good crowd too for Thomas Edison. It's good to see people coming back to the Norristown Area High School Gymnasium.
Especially on a Tuesday night.
That's right. You folks who watch at home, we hope you come out to these ball games as well.
Next ball game is when? Friday night at 8 o'clock
Friday
here,
night,
6:30 JV game.
Right, Eagles take on CB East, 8 o'clock varsity contest.
Eric Jones with it now, swings it over to Steve Miller. Back to Jones. Powell to Jones. Powell now open on the baseline. He loses it, turns it over again.
And nice play by the West Norton Police to get that ball back into play.
Very aggressive that time.
What a play.
You're just hoping you don't get a parking ticket later in the
game. The sergeant knows his basketball. Oh, Jerome.
What a nice soft touch by Jerome Reinhardt on the baseline.
And that's what I said before. They're going to have to be cognizant of the fact that Jerome has that sweet outside shot.
And Norristown has effectively stopped Chester from going inside now in the later part of this period. Miller now goes around, reverse layup, nice shot by Miller.
Miller really follows his shots well. That's 3 times we've seen him come off of his own shot for the rebound. Norristown
up by 1 minute 10 left to go in this quarter. Wise, off balance leading jumper, and he gets it.
Well, you'd think this is the finals of District 1 play, the way these two teams are going at it.
Yeah, that's the truth. Darryl Greene being called for the personal that time. Darryl having a chance to make it a 3-point play. Darryl 1 for 2 from the line this evening. Darryl converts 17-13. Eagles break up by their biggest margin by 4 points. Walker momentarily knocks it away. Jones getting hounded by Queen and goes over to Miller. Darren Pearsall, 6'7" center, on the bench with 2 personal fouls already for Chester. Powell open on the baseline. Dante Woods pulling down the rebound. Walker in trouble. It's on the floor. Coming up with it is Jones for Chester. Reinhardt back over to Miller. Miller goes in for the easy layup. 2:01 break that time. Jones and Miller convert.
Good play by Chester that time. Jones dished the ball off. He had Jerome coming in, ready to swat that ball away.
Walker over to Wise. Wise going down there on that corner. Jerome Reinhardt. Back to Wise over to Dante Woods in traffic. Rolls it around the rim. No good. Tapped around. And finally Miller saves it for Chester. Nice recovery by Ski Miller.
That ball rolled around a lot of bodies that time.
34 seconds left to go in this quarter. Chester possibly setting up for the last shot here. Eric Jones launches one though from 15 feet. And Darryl Greene being called for a pushing foul. Darryl doesn't necessarily agree with that one. And number 20, Eric Nichols, a 5'10" guard, checking into the ball game now. As Darryl Greene takes a seat on the bench. They impact it back. Miller over to Nichols. 3-guard lineup now in there for Chester. Chester just waiting for that last shot. Seconds ticking away. Now we're down to 14. They work it down to Powell in the corner. 8 seconds. They're still pretty far out. Powell, 6 seconds. I don't know if he knows how many seconds he has left on the clock. 3 seconds. 20-footer. Round the rim, no good. Taken by Dante Woods. And Jeff, there was a case where Chester just was not aware of how little time was left on that clock.
Well, for the amount of time they worked the ball, 30 seconds, the guy took a 22-foot jump shot. Now, you hit the rim, big deal. That's a low percentage shot. I don't care who takes it.
That's right, and as a result, Norristown is still up 17-15 at the end of the first quarter. You see the Norristown cheerleaders out there on the floor. Jerome Reinhardt, top man for the Eagles, 8 points, followed by Darryl Wise and Darren Queen with 4 apiece. Dante Woods with a solo point.
And even though the Norristown cheerleaders have their backs to us, let's give you their names. Stephanie Stitcher, Jan McCard, Tabitha Scott, Monica Butler, Charlotte Marinello, Barb Servino, Jennifer Tasca, and Ellen Flannery.
Okay, they're the ones that are here. Which ones are we missing?
Missing tonight, let's see. Kathy Lozinak's not here. Jadonna Rashid is not here. I think those are the only 2.
I have a hard enough time with the players, numbers, and names. I'm not even going to attempt the cheerleaders. I figure that's a job that you relish the opportunity to take, so I'm just going to be very nice and let you do it.
Well, life's tough sometimes. Somebody has to do these bad things, these tough chores.
Hey, look at this. We got an official right in front of us here. Getting ready for the jump ball.
That's really fascinating, Al.
Hey, had nothing else to say. Frank Dobbs is going to be starting off the second quarter here, replacing Chuck Walker for the Eagles.
The camera was probably on the bench when you said that.
Most likely. It's tough when you don't have a monitor in front of you.
All right, let's go here. Second quarter of action. The first one was certainly exciting. 17-15, Eagles up by 2. Oh, the tap goes up. Nope, we're going to have another jump here. Neither player could get that. That was a nice high toss by the official. Had a lot of loft on that. Good arc. Pearsall and Queenan. Pearsall wins it, takes it right off the drop. Outlet pass, okay. Easy basket for number 23, Theron Driggins. So we have a tie ball game. There's going to be Walker and Wise, Frank Dobbs and Wise in the backcourt for the Eagles. Darryl takes it all the way down. He's double teamed, gets it out to Dobbs. Oh, good play inside to Jerome Reinhardt. Eagles worked that one very, very well.
That's right. Dobbs saw Reinhardt open down low, just went right inside, and Reinhardt popped it in. 10 points for Jerome. Jerome averaging 13 points ball game.
Pearsall looked like he couldn't decide whether to save that ball or not. He finally did. Into Miller. Miller runs into Dante Woods. Takes it down to the baseline, gives it off to Driggins. Driggins with the outside shot. Pearsall with a good rebound. Blocked by Reinhardt and by Dante Woods. Well, Jerome turned around with the official that time. Foul on me, and the official said, nope, it was on Dante, Jerome. I think those are the cordial words that they exchanged.
But did you see how high Pearsall got in there? What a leaper he is. You can see him, built like a string bean, very long legs. Good vertical jump that time when going in for the rebound.
And his first free throw attempt is good, so it's a 1-point game. Eagles by a point, 19-18. Pearsall, perfect from the line. Tie ball game once again, 19 apiece. 7:14 left to go in the second quarter. It's been a good ball game so far. If you just joined us, Jerome Reinhardt leading the Eagles with 10 points. They go down low to Woods. He's got the open shot. Powell comes out on him. Air ball. Rebound by Jerome. Easy layup. Jerome Reinhardt once again in the right place at the right time.
And the Eagles are going to him tonight. Jerome already with 12.
Makes us look kind of good here, saying Jerome would probably be the key player. Lob pass goes over to Powell in the corner. He's got the outside shot. Miller looks for some help. Looks like they're going to try to go down low here. Driggins, okay, Jerome Reinhardt challenges him to shoot. Shot won't go. Rebound's tapped around. Woods takes an outlet to Reinhardt, picked off by number 11. Eric Jones. Jones takes it all the way down himself, puts the 8-foot jumper up, and it's good. Another tie, 21 apiece. Dobbs over to Wise. Takes it into 4 players. Dante Woods looks for the ball, then he's surprised when he gets it. Makes a nice one-hand shot off the glass.
Good recovery by Dante. I think he was shocked that Darryl Wise passed it off to him that time, but he did lay it up and in.
Okay, Eagles maintaining that 2-point advantage. Powell looking for some help. They've got Miller down low. Go down low to Driggins. Nice block by Darren Queen and saves it into Frank Dobbs. What a play by Darren. All right, Eagles look really impressive.
We're going to have a tripping call on number 11, Eric Jones, too.
Oh, boy. This is the kind of game I think I expected during the Triangle Club tournament when we had Frankfurt in here.
Well, I think when Frankfurt came in here, the Norristown was quite intimidated, and they didn't play their normal game. One quarter, they were in the ball game, and then after that, bye-bye. 12-point Frankfurt lead, and they never looked back.
Okay, 1-1. Dobbs misses it. Darren Queenan picks up the rebound, puts the shot up. Oh, won't go for him. They fight for the rebound. Woods taps it out, but it's taken by Eric Jones for the Clippers. Down corner, he's got Darryl Wise in front of him. Nope, we're going to have a foul called before. Foul's going to be on Darryl. Nope, foul's on Dante Woods, shoving from behind.
That's Dante's second personal foul.
Okay, substitution back into the ball game. Number 44 for Chester, Darryl Greene. And the Norristown coaches protesting that call, but to no avail, of course. Now we've got some problems at the scorer's table. Gentlemen, I think press the buzzer there are not associated with the scorer's table. All right. Powell and Jones up top. Excuse me. Powell and Jones up top for the Clippers. They go down low to Pearsall. Ball's taken away. Pardon me. They went down low that time to Darryl Greene. Pearsall on the bench. Couldn't go down low to him, could they? Wise. Good pass to Queenan. Darryl with... Oh, it falls and it goes. A little suspense there, some drama. Who done it?
Around the world in 80 days that time, just waiting for Darren to fall through.
Eagles up by 4, their largest margin of this ball game, 25-21. Powell puts the jumper up. Nope, off the heel of the rim, no good. Miller with the rebound, takes it out, puts it up himself. Nice, sweet jump shot from Miller. So, 25-23, 5:01.
Miller has 9 points in this ball game. He's the top man for...
Steal by Eric Jones, little lackadaisical pass. Nice play by Frank Dobbs, knocks the ball out of bounds. That time, Darryl Wise. Pass wasn't crisp enough. All right, Dante's going to take a seat. Here comes Phil Bugg. You think it'll have an effect on the Eagle team?
No, Phil Bugg has really developed the latter part of this season. Very consistent player. He's not as much bulk as Dante has, but he's still very quick and he's good positioning.
Reinhardt comes out on Steve Miller, but Miller makes the basket. It's tied again, 25 all, folks. 4:46 left to go in the first half.
Steve Miller works very well inside and outside.
Okay, ball goes to Bugg, can't get it. Off of Powell, gets it back outside to Darryl Wise. Won't go for Darryl. Rebound by Greene, outside to Steve Miller. He's got 4-on-3. Miller takes it all himself. Oh, what a move. Shot won't go for Miller. Darren Queenan takes the rebound out to Phil Bugg. Phil's going to slow it up, give it to Darryl Wise to bring it across the timeline. Okay, Frank Dobbs. So watch the backcourt there, fellas. Dobbs runs into a double team. Double dribble. Nope. Back to Wise. Wise being pressured. Oh, Jerome makes the save. Into Phil Bugg in the lane. Phil's got the easy shot. Oh, off the heel of the rim. Jerome goes for the rebound and the tap. Out of bounds. And they say it's against Jerome, so it'll be Chester's ball. Norristown in that 2-3 zone. Powell down in the corner. Eric Jones puts the jump shot up off the heel of the rim. Back at the Miller. They're getting a lot of those lucky rebounds. Bouncing outside. Okay, we've got 3 seconds, I believe. Timeout Norristown. Coach Cresswell wants to talk it over with his troops. And out onto the court come the Chester cheerleaders.
I'll tell you, Cliff Wilson, the head coach for Chester, is just really blowing his top at the officials there, especially after that last call, 3 seconds. Very picky and controversial play, but Wilson has not been happy at all.
Our word on Cliff Wilson is that he likes to scream a lot, so maybe we'll see that the rest of the night.
Well, I'll tell you, I don't know what their assistant coach, the head coach of the JV is, what his name is, but they seem like a great pair. Very vocal, very animated. They make a great team.
Bulky, too.
Yeah. I was trying to find a very, I guess you call it a finesse word to get around the situation.
Like the Rosie Greer School of Coaching, something like that.
You go tell the guy that. Let's just put it this way, you could put John Cresswell and Earl Mitchell together and they wouldn't equal those guys.
Well, I hope Cliff doesn't see this broadcast since I just said that about him, but we'll see. You'll probably call him up and tell him to tune in Norristown Cable, won't you?
Just tell him where you live, too.
What my car looks like.
Wife, kids, family.
Not yet.
Yeah. Hope not.
Frank Dobbs puts a move on Jones. Dishes off to Phil Bug. Bug with a shot. Can't get the layup to go. Taps the rebound out. Jerome takes it. Nope. I think we're going to have pushing off on Jerome. No, let's see.
No, it's going to go the other way against Chester.
I would have called pushing off on Jerome Reiner at that time. He stuck that right hand out. The official calls it against Chester, I believe against number
23.
43?
Yeah. No,
yeah,
23.
I think it was 43 Powell. I think he had the 4 fingers up. Of course, we don't get the good view here being on the opposite side from the scorer's table, but it's the breaks, right?
Hey, no one said TV would be easy.
Never. Reinhardt with a 1-and-1. Phil Bug goes in for the tap. Won't go for him. Still a tie ball game. 3:29 left to go in the first half. It's Jones and Driggins in the backcourt. They go down low to Miller. He drives the baseline. Good steal that time. Jump ball? Yes, we will.
Darryl just kept saying, give it back to me. He just reached in finally and took it.
Miller's an aggressive player. From what I understand, he's got at least 4 or 5 years of varsity experience already.
Yeah, I don't think I see a college career on the horizon, apparently, from what they've told us about Miller.
Especially since they passed the rule, you have to have 700 SATs, 2.0 grade point average, huh? Darryl Wise.
A lot of players like Miller down in
That's a very controversial rule change. Frank Dobbs has the ball stolen away by Eric Jones. A little behind the back dribble there. Jones a little wild coming up court, settles things down. Pass goes down low to Driggins. Driggins with a good basket. Nice play. Chester back up on top for the first time in a couple minutes. 27-25. Still in that half-court press, I guess you could call it. Wise pressured by Miller out to Frank Dobbs. So they're going to try to go down low to Jerome Reinhardt. Queenan drives in. And let's see if they say if he was in the act of shooting or not. Foul's going to be on Eric Jones. Yes. Darren will go to the line.
No, interesting note here. Chester playing man-to-man defense, something we don't see too many of the Norristown opponents doing. Usually most of them drop back in the zone and force Norristown to shoot from outside.
Okay, from the 1-and-1, Darren Queenan makes the first one. So give him the bonus shot now. Oh, off the front of the rim, rebound by Chester. They go down low that time. Oh, what a block by Jerome Reinhardt. Number 23, Driggins, went up for the shot. Jerome said, enough of this. And a foul was called on him, though. Could be a big one. That's what, 2 fouls on Jerome?
2 personals on Jerome.
Okay, it's a 1-point game, 27-26. Chester with the lead right now. We've seen a seesaw contest. 2:26 left to go here in the first half.
We've also seen Darren Queenan pick up 1 and Dante Woods already on the bench with 2. And Norristown can ill afford really to lose more than one of their big men at a time because after Phil Bug, you don't really have any true forwards coming off the bench for the Eagles. They
no, they're all guards. They're all guards. Driggins makes them both from the line, so it's a 3-point lead now for Chester. Nice move by Jerome. Won't go. Tap by Darryl Wise. Good play by Wise. Okay, they go down low. That time, breakdown in defense for Norristown. Number 44, Darryl Greene gets the basket. Still a three-point Chester advantage. 31-28, 1:55 left to go in the first half. Wise takes it down to the corner, looks into Phil Bug. He's got Jerome Reinhardt. Jerome loses it. Queenan fights for it. Puts the shot up. Nope. No shot. 3 seconds. That's right. Nobody had possession of the ball. Queenan and Reinhardt in the lane too long that time.
Greene having it on the left side here over to Miller. To Driggins, met by Dobbs. Dobbs tackling it away momentarily.
Okay, Eric Jones going to look down low. Nope, come back outside. Obviously running a set play here. Chester going to play for the last shot maybe with 1:20 left. Yep, they are. They're going to make Norristown come after them. 1:16 left in the first half. Chester by 3.
Well, the Eagles are probably going to have to come out of their zone and actually force the play here, come in the man-to-man.
The zone's been quite effective. So Wise going to pressure the ball handler. That's the play. Dobbs and Wise coming out. Cresswell telling him to stay back in the zone. Doesn't want to give away anything cheap here. We're under a minute, 54 seconds.
Well, you can see the philosophy here by Chester's Cliff Wilson. He has a 3-point lead. They play for the last shot. They go in the locker room possibly with a 5-point lead or at least a 3-pointer.
Now he better pass the ball here. He's only got 5 seconds, right?
That's right. Otherwise it'll be called. That was the longest count I've seen.
I don't know. I thought it was 5 seconds where you had to either pass the ball or dribble it.
And or else you're called for a lack of movement too, motion.
All right, 19 seconds. Now they're going to try to work the set play here. Miller looking at the clock.
I'll tell you, if Chester doesn't convert, then it's demoralizing going in the locker room.
10 seconds. All right, now they got to work for the shot. 8 seconds. 6, 5. Miller's going to take it himself. Puts the shot up inside, and it's good at the buzzer. Basket's good for number 44, Darryl Greene. Makes Cliff Wilson look like a genius, doesn't it?
I'll tell you, sometimes it pays to be better lucky than good. Isn't that what they say?
All right, at the half, 33-28 rather. We'll be back in just a minute.
Back at halftime, Norristown trailing by 5 points, 33-28 to the Chester Clippers. And Jeff, we saw pretty much what we expected to see in that first half. Both teams trying to run against each other. At times, both of them appearing a little disorganized out there on the court. Norristown, of course, had the 17-15 lead after the first quarter, and then Chester came back to take the lead here going into half.
That's right. I think once Norristown got settled down to begin the first quarter, they were fine. Darryl Wise and Chuck Walker came out there. They were rattled by the full court pressure right off the bat. They weren't used to it. They saw it in the Frankfurt ball game, and they cracked under their pressure there. They saw it against Thomas Edison a little bit. I think they're used to it by now. They've seen it so many times. I hope they practice it.
Well, that, and you also see Darren Queenan or Jerome Reinhardt coming back into the backcourt to help whoever the pair of Norristown guards are, and helping them getting the ball up court. But we saw Jerome Reinhardt come out here and from the opening drive when he drove right into the basket, a power move, establish himself as a scoring threat in tonight's ball game. He's already got, I think, 13 points in the game, and Norristown is looking to go towards him.
That's right. They've been going down low to Jerome Reinhardt. As we discussed before, Jerome was never intimidated down there on the floor. Darren Queenan not having a spectacular evening, but he showed himself. He's had good position a couple times. I think a key factor so far, Norristown's big men in this aggressive ball game up and down the court, they've drawn some fouls here early.
That's right. Jerome and Dante Woods with 2 personal fouls already on them, and Darren Queenan has already picked up 1. And as we said, Norristown can afford to lose any of their big men, more than one of their guys, because Phil Bug is the first guy off the bench, and really when you get down to it, he is the last big guy off the bench. Otherwise, Norristown will be forced to go to a 3-guard rotation. And when you're playing a team such as Chester with their size and mobility, that could really kill you.
Okay, I expect to see much of the same in the second half. Full court pressure again from Chester, and I think we're also going to see it from Norristown.
That's right. I think Norristown will be much more aggressive on defense, probably, maybe even at times coming out of the 2-3 zone. What do you think of going man-to-man?
I don't know. It depends. Coach Restwell obviously did not come out of it at the end of the first half. Chester killed a minute and 30 seconds, and Cresswell waved him back into the zone. He didn't want him coming out man-to-man, forcing anything, apparently.
And Darryl Greene got away with that lucky basket, and that's as a result, Chester up here 5 points, 33-28. You look at the scoring, Norristown, 12 points, Jerome Reinhardt, followed by 7 points, Darren Queenan, 3 points for Dante Woods, 4 points for Darrell Wise, and 2 points for Phil Bugg.
Okay, that's right. We gave that tap to Phil Bugg there. Theron Driggins leading the scores right after Steve Miller. Steve Miller with 11 points. Driggins with 8 points for the Clippers. Pearsall with 4. Powell with 2. Jones with 2. Green with 4 and Reed with 2. They've got a lot of men off the bench and a lot of men in the scoring column.
I was just going to say that once again we're facing a team with a lot of depth. 8 guys already playing in this ball game with Chester, and just like against Edison, it may have a factor going down the stretch because Chester is able to rotate fresh players off the bench constantly, and that's got to be an advantage anytime you're facing another good team like Norristown.
That's right. A lot of substitutions with no visible difference in the level of play here by Chester this evening.
Well, Darryl Pearsall, 6'7", their center, was on the bench about half of the first half, and yet you see Chester is still up here by a couple points. You can't take it with people walking by here, can you?
I just lose it right away. I
choke under pressure.
Didn't hear a thing you said. Okay.
Well, hey, we're going to get ready to go back down the court side for second half action. Norristown trailing right now, 33-28. We'll be back in just a moment.
He's a good kid. All he needs is
ready here for the opening tap of this third quarter. Out there for the Eagles, Darren Queenan, Jerome Reinhardt, Dante Woods, and in the backcourt, Darrell Wise and Chuck Walker. Going up, Darryl Pearsall for Chester. Pearsall wins control of it, and Chester coming down with it. Outside shot that time, right away. Number 14, Steve Miller. We saw him drill a couple from that range in the first half, and he's hot already here. 7-point advantage now for Chester. They open the biggest lead of the ball game. Reinhardt on the floor with it now. Reinhardt round the other end, puts up the shot. It's partially blocked by Pearsall, recovered by Driggins. What was that call?
Over the top there. Turned the ball over when he dribbled.
That's it. Turn the ball. Okay. We'll get this right. Darrell Wise going down in the baseline now, decides to pull up for the shot. Air ball. Darrell has not been hitting well from outside in recent ball games.
Darren Queenan got the rebound, put the layup, didn't make the basket, but he was fouled.
No, Jeff, just an opinion, but I think Darrell has lost some of his confidence on his outside jumper. Norristown, beginning of the year, went to Darrell quite a lot from the outside, especially from that baseline. He usually lived down there, but the last 3 or 4 games he's been very inconsistent.
Maybe it's because we criticized him a lot for it. I don't know.
I'm not saying a word. Darren,
okay.
It's number 1.
Many things are better left unsaid.
So, we're not going to get into this. Queenan misses a Pearsall pulling it down. Eric Jones, number 11, with the ball now. Jones slips, passes it off to Driggins just in the nick of time. Back over to Jones. Jones running the offense right now for Chester. Driggins down there in the corner, dishes it off. It's on the floor, taken by Jerome Reinhardt. Reinhardt, double team, looking for someone, finally finds Darrell Wise. Wise up the near side, cutting right through the middle lane, passes off to Queenan. Queenan, nice move, but it doesn't fall.
Twice in a row, Darren Queenan has been fouled in the process of shooting a layup. Both times the ball has rolled around the rim and just failed to go in for him. A little upset there, Darren.
That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Oh, goodness. I've got to buy you a new cliche book. You're really losing it.
I've been listening to Neil Funk, too.
Neil Funk. Who's Chuck Daly, me or you? Queenan misses the first one.
Look, if either one of us ever decide to get in this professionally, we'll never have to change our last names. I mean, a guy with the name of Funk can get into it. Of course,
Neil, if you're watching, we're only kidding.
We'll never work with him again. Jones into the corner now. Miller pulls up, 18-footer off the rim. Let's see what the call is going to be here.
Calls on number 44 inside, Darryl Greene, trying to maneuver for position, using his elbows a little bit too much there.
35-30, the Eagles down by 5. A minute and a half gone in this quarter. Chuck to Jerome Reinhardt coming out. Jerome loses it, but Chuck pulls it back in. Now Darryl. Chuck's pass right in the middle of traffic that time. Poor pass. Pearsall pulls up from the line. No good. Skying in there. Queenan, he loses it. And Driggins puts it in for the easy laugh. So Queenan had it in control and then lost it. Driggins putting it in. He has 10 points now in the game. Norristown down by 7. Dante Woods cross court now over to Walker to Reinhardt. Reinhardt decides to drive. Shot's no good. Queenan with the rebound. Off balance shot doesn't fall. On the floor once again though.
But have a jump here between Reinhardt and who is that? Greene.
Darryl Greene, yes.
Darryl Greene, no. I don't know.
Simon says we'll do that next.
Mother may I.
Driggins bounce to Miller. Miller step on Walker. And Walker fouls him that time. But that was a dangerous play, too, because Miller could have easily gone to the line and converted possibly for a three-pointer. They're going to make the foul. Make sure it's a good one.
I think the object was for Chuck to keep him from making the shot. And he did that. He grabbed onto his shirt there. And they shook hands after the play was made. 7 points, though, the lead. Norristown better be careful.
And Norristown's going to call for a timeout right after this foul shot. They're going to signal for it now.
Eagles do not want to be in a position where they're going to have to run and gun to get back into this ball game.
That's right, because I don't think you're going to be able to keep up with Chester. They're very much like Norristown, that they like to get out there and run the break. And the Eagles can't exactly go to a set-up offense. It's not exactly their style.
That's right.
We saw an exciting JV game tonight, Jeff. They lost 78-75 to Chester.
Yeah, they did.
Gabe, Norristown had a couple of 10-point leads there.
That's true, Alan.
It's true. I know you mentioned this, I hope.
I did mention the score, I believe. 78-75, the JV team lost. Norristown had built up leads of 61-51, scores like that. Just couldn't handle it down the end. This game obviously will not be as high scoring, but just as exciting up till now. 8 points, though. It's tough. Vince Miller's still at the line here. A 9-point lead. I don't know.
Well, you got plenty of time. You just have to narrow it down little by little. You can't go for all 7 or 8 at once. I think that's the biggest problem with teams. They try to get them back too quickly sometimes, and they cause themselves to create even more turnovers. Miller going to go to the line for his final end of the 101.
No, he was shooting too.
He was? Okay. Hey, I missed that one.
You win some, you lose some.
That's because I can't see the bonus light. Walker down to Queenan now. Darren taking it right to the hole, and he gets it. 3-point play here.
There's what Darren was looking for. He got the layup and the foul. I pulled a muffle like that.
And Darren gets it. So a 3-pointer, 38-33. The Eagles within 5. Norristown pressing here, but Powell's open at the other end. Powell pulls up for the baseline shot. He's got a terrible shot. Oh, and Dante Woods goes for the rebound that time.
That time, John Powell took the wrong shot. He had a man on the right-hand side. Dante Woods could only cover one person at a time. Powell elected to take the jumper. We know he has the outside shot. Missed it, and then Woods is fouled.
That's right. He was open that time, but I don't know if you've noticed, but Powell is just an atrocious outside
Hey, now
shooter.
come on. He made an 18-foot jumper the first minute he was into the ball game from the right-hand corner. He's only shot the ball 2 or 3 times.
No, he shot it more than that, but he's an atrocious
wrong.
outside shooter.
You're wrong.
Watch his form next time. He has 2 points now. If he has 4 for knowing my luck, he'll go out and drill 7 straight.
I want to see him make about 8 20-footers.
Oh, Woods is short off the rim.
And that killed him in the Thomas Edison game, missing the front end of a 1-and-1 situation.
And they get the rebound and break the other end, and Miller goes in for the easy bucket.
That's right. Quick conversion. It should be a 3-point game, 2-point game.
This time it's going to be called on number 11. Who's that? Eric Jones.
Norristown has got to make these free throws. You kill yourself not making anything at the free throw line.
Well, it's got to drive a coach like John Cresswell absolutely nuts, because there you are. You have the opportunity right in your own grasp. Darryl Wise will have the opportunity this time to go to the line. Coming into the ball game, number 20, Eric Nichols. Taking a seat on the bench will be Eric Jones. Jones, 3 personal fouls already. Darryl nets that one. Rims it. Miller with the ball on the far side. Miller, lob pass intended for Pearsall, knocked away by Woods and out of bounds.
I really hate to see those free throws missed. In the game, of course, against Thomas Edison, Reinhardt and Queenan in the last minutes both missed front ends of 1-and-1s, and Norristown got the bad breaks on the boards and lost the game they very easily could have won.
Especially when you miss it on the front end, you're not just giving up that single basket, you're giving up, in essence, 4 points rather than the 2 in those instances with Queenan and Reinhardt. Picked off by Dante Woods this time. Woods dribbling up the middle, dishes off to Wise. Wise's shot is blocked by Pearsall, out of bounds.
Nice play by Darren Pearsall. Really got up in the air on Darryl Wise. And Dante Woods showed some finesse there, dribbling the ball down the court.
Cresswell must have a heart attack every time you see Dante Woods at 6'7", driving up the middle of the lane, dribbling it there. Dante going for the rebound. We're going to have a jump ball here.
Miller doesn't like the call. Frankly, I thought he should have been called for the foul.
That's right. Little extra grab inside there. Woods wins the tap over to Wise. Darryl immediately converged on by 3. Chester players finds Queenan open. Queenan high off the glass. It falls through.
Norristown lucky they didn't have a 3-second violation called against him that time. 4-point game, though.
Reed to Nichols. Chester, 3-guard lineup out there right now. They're working the ball around Pearsall. Out on the wing on the left side. Now they swing it over to Powell. 4:17 left to go in this third quarter.
And Norristown pressuring the ball.
Now they double team. Nichols in the corner. Goes back out to Reed. Over to Powell. Wise is really on Powell now. And he can't save that one.
Now that's what I like to see. I think that's what you were talking about, Alan. Having Norristown come out and play the ball. They're keeping their big men back in that 3 end of the 2-3 zone, but Wise and Walker putting the pressure on.
The only thing you risk is that your players may easily pick up some quick personal fouls, and that time Darryl Wise is being declared for one.
Okay, we're not in 1-1 yet. Or are we? No.
I tell you, Cliff Wilson runs a mile a minute over there. He never stops talking.
Glad we're on this side.
And they're still working it around the perimeter. Powell constantly cutting through the lane. Now Pearsall cuts down.
I never expected to see this.
I thought we did the Methacton game last week.
Yeah, I am really amazed at this.
I don't understand the philosophy in it either.
A 4-point lead, what can he be doing? There's another quarter to play.
There's been 4.5 minutes. Now there's only 3 minutes left in this one. They've already killed a minute and a half.
There it is. Norristown gave it away.
That's right. Derek Reed just cut across the middle, waiting there on the baseline when Woods came out to pressure. Reed wide open. Chuck Walker now over to Dante Woods. Woods' shot is rejected by Pearsall. Reinhardt recovers to Wise. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Darryl Wise?
I think it was 3 seconds against Dante Woods.
And Miller bringing it up very slowly.
And that's what Norristown had to avoid. They had to take the good shot there after, the Chester took so much time on that last offensive series.
Man to man right now. So they've managed to draw the Eagles out of the 2-3 zone they normally play.
They've got a man-to-man now. Well, yes they do. Miller
following up his own shot, loses it. Darren Queenan coming up with it.
Foul's going to be called on Miller, fighting for his rebound once again. Steve Miller cannot believe it.
I really thought Darryl Greene and foul was going to be called on him that time for reaching in and grabbing the ball away.
Either that or a jump ball.
Darren almost whisked it right out of the hands of Miller. So it'll be Darren's turn here. Norristown trailing 42-36. Queenan misses the front end there. So Norristown blows another easy opportunity at the foul line. And finally, Chester calling a timeout.
Look at Cliff Wilson come out on Darryl Greene. Look at him. Oh, my goodness.
You got to wonder sometimes.
Well, Reed did not look very impressive there, almost giving the ball away. But Cliff Wilson really let him have it. Just came out and knew he was going to talk to Reed. Oh.
This has certainly turned into an interesting ball game. I have to say that this is some bizarre strategy by Chester. At times stalling with the ball here early in the third quarter with about 4.5 minutes to go. They ran a minute and a half off the clock. Finally, they found Reed cutting across back door for the easy layup. And here they were stalling the ball again until Chester calling a timeout once again. And Norristown still down by 6, 42-36. Coming out for the Eagles, Wise, Walker, Queenan, Woods, and Reinhardt. Dobbs and Bug, the only other two players to see action for the Eagles tonight. Norristown coming into this ball game 13-2. Chester, meanwhile, coming in with a 13-4 record. Eagles losses coming against Frankfurt and Thomas Edison. The Inventors' loss came only 2 games ago. Miller's pass picked off by Darryl Wise. Wise goes right to the hole and puts it through. 42-38. Minute 20 left to go in this quarter.
Cliff Wilson is vehement over there, letting Steve Miller know about it. Going to set the pick here. What a play by Chuck.
Chuck Walker, you see it, has the steal, goes in. Pearsall comes from behind and blocks it. Good play by Pearsall.
They tried to screen out Chuck Walker that time. They had 4 players up there at the top of the post to set the pick. Chuck just came right around it. You know, the man went around with the ball. Nichols, I think it was. Chuck was right there for another big steal.
Walker bounces it over to Wise. 3 seconds on Jerome Reinhardt. Reinhardt probably had 1/4 of his sneaker in the paint that time, and they called it on him. That's cutting it close.
Boy, that kills you to see you turn it. You make a big play like that, try to cut the lead to 2 points, and there's the turnover.
And you know Chester will probably set up here for the last shot.
Same play as the last time with the high post, the pick set being set by Pearsall and Powell.
Walker with the steal. Pass taken by Jerome Reinhardt. Reinhardt goes in for the layup, but he forgot the ball. Jerome just could not control it that time. Beautiful movement, nice motion, just forgot it.
Hey, Chuck Walker must be killing himself here. He's got 3 straight steals, and twice Norristown fails to convert.
Now it's 38 seconds left to go here. Miller with it. Miller coming around the top of the key. He swings it down, going down to the baseline, drives right in around Darryl Wise for the basket. So Miller took it upon himself, and it was good. Walker
just left Darryl Wise.
Walker dribbling his way through traffic. Dante Woods now. Woods driving right to the hole, and he scores, and he is fouled, and Woods is on the floor. Dante looks like he was poked in the eye there or something, in the face.
It's only Dante's 2nd field goal in this game. Has not been an offensive factor, but he really asserted himself that time, drew the foul from Pearsall. I think that's 3 fouls on Pearsall.
Well, on many occasions we've seen Dante on that type of play drive through the middle of the lane and look for someone to dish it off. You've got that size and bulk. You've got to go through, and whether you get the shot or not, you possibly draw the charge.
Powell's going to take a seat on the bench. Coming back into the ball game, number 44, Darryl Greene.
Dante gets it in. 3-point play. 44-41, Norristown within 3. 14 seconds to go here. Reed swinging everybody over. Reed goes down the wide. Let Miller make that.
We've got Chuck Walker there. He's had his arm on number 14, Steve Miller, all the way around there. And I can see that coming.
And they're going to inbound it right in front of us here. Darryl Greene doing inbounding. 4 seconds on the clock. Reed gets it back. Reed, 2 seconds. 22-footer. Air ball that time.
And that time, Darryl Greene was not watching the clock. Steve Miller saw it. Steve Miller wanted the ball down low. He kept yelling, watch the clock, watch the clock. But
now
hey,
just tell me, if you inbound the ball with 4 seconds left, you should pretty well be able to run off in your head 4 seconds.
that
time, Miller was just a costly mental mistake.
Miller just, no, it wasn't Miller's fault. Reed brought the ball inbounds. Miller wanted the ball down in the baseline. He wanted to take the shot from the outside.
Instead, you end up with Reed once again tossing up a 22-footer to end the quarter. And you think Cliff Wilson wasn't happy with Reed before? You should see him on the bench now. Oh, baby. It's incredible over there.
And Norristown's come back from being 9 points down. They cut it to a 3-point lead for Chester, 44-41. Anything can happen here. Norristown wins the tap, cut it to 1.
But this has been another occasion where Norristown, as we saw him in the Edison game, fighting so much and for so long to try to get the game back and get it even and never being able to go ahead. And tonight, they've been on the brink a couple times, but they haven't been able to get that extra basket to pull them with one or to go ahead by 1.
That's a good comparison. I think we might see that exact same thing. Norristown tied the ball game up 4 times, I think it was, in the Edison ball game, just could not get over the hump and get the lead.
Well, you know, in that third quarter, too, Jerome Reinhardt shut out from the offensive side. Still the same 12 points he came into the second half with. We saw that in the Edison game. Darren Queenan came in with 15 points. He only scored 1 bucket, and that was the end of the fourth quarter. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the ball go down low once again to either Jerome or Darren in this fourth quarter. They've been the bread and butter guys for the Eagles this year. Darren Queenan going up against Darren Pearsall.
Okay, the tap's won by Norristown. Dante Woods takes it for the Eagles. And here's the opportunity we were talking about. Norristown with a chance to cut the lead to 1 point. They're going to play the set offense here from Norristown. Queenan they're looking for the 3 seconds call. You can hear the bench calling over there from the far sideline. Officials say no. Norristown still looking for the good shot. Woods breaks into the lane. He's got the ball. Almost puts it up down low to Reinhardt. Won't go. Foul call on Steve Miller. There's the man to get the fouls on. If not, Pearsall makes Steve Miller foul you. So Reinhardt at the line, shooting 2. Some big free throws here. They're all big. They're all important now. 7:31. We've just begun the fourth quarter. And of course, when this ball game is broadcast, it's going to be early evening. But we're here late tonight at the Norristown High School Gymnasium.
That's right. Most ball games here at the later contests, Jerome misses the front end of that one. Most of the ball games over about an hour earlier. This is a late one.
Oh, Jerome misses them both. Oh, my. How can you win when you miss those free throws?
And I'll tell you, that's just a matter of concentration and practice.
Nice play by Dante Woods. Knocks it out to Darryl Wise. Wise has a 3-on-2. Stolen right back by Eric Jones. Picked up by Chester. Back the other way. Good bounce pass. But Chuck Walker's got it for Norristown. Oh, what a series. All right. Darryl Wise on the far side. This is off to Queenan. Queenan takes it in on Pearsall. And it's a basket for Darren Queenan. It's a 1-point ball game, folks. 44-43. Just under 7 minutes. Timeout. Timeout called by Chester. The Norristown fans come to life here. All right, what a ball game.
Darren, 16 points now in this game. He's picked up the scoring slack for the Eagles.
Officials working tonight's game, Matt Averback and Ed Denzi. They're doing a fine job here as the PIA officials For the most part, always do.
Matt Aberbach just said that he wanted a gift from Boyd's after the game for his
For our
appearance.
interview? Okay.
He obviously has us confused with another team.
Neil Funk and Chuck Daly, isn't that?
Probably, yes.
I think you look like Neil Funk.
Thanks. You look like a middle-aged Chuck Daly. Rest my case.
I'm the clean-shaven one. All right, it's a one-point game. Chester with the ball. They go to Miller. Oh, could have been a charging foul there. And they're going to have a foul called on Darren Queen. And oh, Darren can't believe it. I thought we had a charging foul. Darren had position down there in the key. Miller jumped into him. No foul called. Miller's going to go to the line. Shooting two. That's a tough one to take for Norristown.
3 personals, 2 on Darren now.
Miller, cool as ice, makes the first one. Makes them both. 3-point lead for Chester.
20 points for Steve Miller tonight.
He's been the factor. Wise goes to Queenan. Queenan puts it on the floor, looks to Dante Woods, steal by Pearsall. There's another big play. Norristown could be down by 5 here. They got to watch this turnaround of the points. Ball control is the name of the game for the Eagles right now. Back into their zone defense. Nope. Man-to-man here. Shot goes up, rebound by Queenan. There's a break for the Eagles. That time Greene went in for the shot, put it up strong off the glass, couldn't get it to go. Walker walks it up court for Norristown. They're going to look down low. Nope. Wise from the outside. Shot won't go. Offensive foul called on Darren Queenan. Calling for pushing inside. Now we're in the 1-1. Darren really upset.
Darren's got to watch it too. Could easily pick up a technical. That's the second straight time he's really had some words for the official.
And the official just told him to cool it.
You know, they're not letting anything slip by at either end here tonight. They're calling a lot of fouls. We've seen more physical ball games where the fouls weren't called, but tonight they're calling it very close, very tight to the vest.
Oh, they're being consistent too. 1-1. Miller makes the first one. 4 points.
Which is a pleasant change.
You said that. I didn't. I go to Norristown. I didn't say that. Nope, won't go. Pearsall with the tap. Rebound by Darryl Wise. Double team, brings it out himself. Wise back to Walker. They're going to set up with the regular patterned offense here. Wise out to Walker. Down low to Reinhardt. Ball's tapped away. Taken by Steve Miller. Miller right by Darryl Wise. Good pass that time to Greene. Woods gets back. Basket is good. Blocking foul on Dante Woods. Going to have a tee. There it is, right there. Stupid play.
That's right. Sign of immaturity there. Dante Woods, it's going to cost his team even more now because of picking up the technical.
I'll make it into a 4-point play. Cresswell wants a timeout.
Hey, you want to lose a game easily? Make a 2-point play, a 4-point play. Yep.
There you have it. 44-43 is the score. All right, Norristown gives away those 2 baskets. Now Dante Woods comes down. Hey, if you're going to foul the guy, block the shot. Don't let him make the basket. Makes the basket. Foul's called on Dante. It was an obvious foul. I don't know what he was complaining about. Then he slams the ball down, flies up in the air, and the FAR official called a technical, and very justified.
And more importantly, you got to look at your teammates who are trying their best here. And then you see a guy lose his cool. We saw it in the girls' game this afternoon with Norristown. You see someone lose their cool and they cost a team. And it's a demoralizing effect, especially when I would assume they're going to send Steve Miller to the line to shoot the technical.
Sure. You know, we realize there's a lot of pressure on these fellas, but you just have to, you know, accept the pressure and handle it. Can't be getting those technical fouls.
It's a sign of growing up. That's the way you got to do it.
Unnecessary points.
And I'm kind of surprised this hasn't happened earlier. Dante Woods is going to take a seat on the bench. What I'm not surprised at is that Frank Dobbs, Chuck Walker, and Darryl Wise are now going to be in there. And now you've got 3 guards in there for the Eagles.
I don't like that. They've been successful down low.
Not really. Not in the second half. Dante's really been not a real big factor, really, at parts throughout this ball game. This is probably the most minutes he's played in the last month.
Well, right now I think you're conceding the
But I'd like to
boards,
see
you're
him
going for the outside shot. I guess you're going to go for the steals. Defense for the 3 guards?
Right, you got to use the defensive pressure, and plus I think Norristown might be looking to push things up the court a little quicker. It surprises me. They send Darryl Greene to the line, and he misses the technical. So Norristown gets a break there.
I would have put Miller on the line.
You know, plus Frank Dobbs, and plus Miller. Miller's going to shoot the second one.
That was the free throw. That was
right.
the penalty shot, and Miller does make the tee. Okay, that's what it was. And right there, 7-point lead, and look who has the ball. Chester because of the technical foul.
That's right. You know, though, Frank Dobbs has a very good outside shot. He doesn't take it too often, but he is a good outside shooter. Oh, Miller open, he goes for the lob, but he can't get it down.
That's a nice play, though. Well run, just a little bit long on that pass.
And he was wide open.
Okay, going to give it to Frank Dobbs. Almost put the shot up. Darryl Wise will. Wise shoots an air ball. Rebound by Reinhardt. Oh, misses the easy layup. Ball's out of bounds. Norristown ball. Jerome had the easy shot that time. Just didn't put it in the hoop. Into Walker. Puts the shot from way outside over Pearsall. Won't go. Foul on Pearsall on Walker. That's a bad play by Pearsall. Mental mistake. So Chuck will shoot 2. 5:16's the time. Been a long ball game, folks.
Chuck scoreless tonight. I shouldn't have said that.
No, he was shooting 1 and 1. I guess he wasn't in the act of shooting it. Apparently the foul was after the shot. 3 on none. Breakdown in defense. Oh, the basket is missed. Rebound by Darren Queenan. Unbelievable there. Darryl Wise down the far side. How can he try and shoot that pass down there? No way. There was no angle.
Right through the middle of the lane, you've got Chester players cutting across, and Darryl Wise still tried to go out there. Very lucky and went off one of the legs of the Chester player.
Three seconds again.
They must be getting his shoelaces in the lane. That is the second time that that Jerome has just barely had the back part of his sneaker in the middle of that lane there.
Oh, well, it's a 7-point lead. Could have been a little pushing off there, called on Eric Jones. Twice. Queenan with the tap away. Chuck Walker pressures it. Get it back outside to Steve Miller. They're going to hold the ball. Sure, why not?
Got a 7-point lead, 4.5 minutes to go. You might as well.
Now the foul's on Walker.
Both teams in the penalty situation also.
It's been a good ball game, but Chester definitely playing superior basketball.
Not so much as
I don't think they're a better.
I
don't think they're a better team, but they're making less mistakes.
That's it exactly. Norristown's being their own biggest enemy here tonight.
And if you make the mistakes, you can't be playing that great. Dobbs almost gets the ball stolen, slows it up, gives it to Chuck Walker. They're going to move the offense around here. Darryl Wise in the far corner, out to Walker. Walker puts the jumper up. Nope, won't go for Chuck. Fight for the rebound, white ball. Knocked out of bounds by number 44, Darryl Greene. 4:16 left. 50-43 the score. They work it to Darryl Wise. He puts a head fake on. Shot, where's that one going, Darryl? Rebound by Darren Queenan. No, dribble on the end line. Orange ball. The calls are definitely not going Norristown's way right here. Tough breaks. Okay, they get the inbounds pass. Go to Pearsall over Reinhardt. Nope, gets his own rebound, makes the tap. Nice play by Darren Pearsall. 9-point lead. Largest advantage of the ball game for Chester. 3:56 left to go in the game. Walker from way outside. Nothing but net that time. 52-45. It's nice when you make them, but hey, don't go cold. Almost lose the ball. They fight for it. Dobbs rushes in there. Taken by Eric Jones. Pearsall, all right, back outside. Dobbs, nope. Miller taps it back to Jones. They're going to hold the ball here. Jones, spin move on Frank Dobbs over to Pearsall. Pearsall out on Reinhardt. Jerome takes himself out of the play. Norristown in a man-to-man. Miller drives in, no foul call. They tap it around, and Jerome gets the rebound. Oh, Jerome tries to get it in. Foul going to be called on Darryl Wise. Oh, Jerome is in agony down there. He had both Chuck Walker and Darryl Wise in the middle of the lane for the pass. Hit the side of the rim. Foul called on Darryl Wise after Miller picks the ball up, the only orange shirt down there.
Now, if that isn't an indication of how things are going for Norristown tonight, outlet pass by Reinhardt hits the side of the backboard. You just can't win.
It's just what I saw in the Edison game. They are not getting the breaks. Any play that is marginal is going against Norristown.
Hey, teams go in slumps, and I'm sure luck has a lot to do with it. And some bad calls and horrendous foul shooting and poor defensive rebounding. But besides that...
Well, I think you're being a little bit harsh there. They have not played a lousy game. They're playing good competition.
Yeah, but still they're making a lot of mistakes. And I think more importantly than anything else, it has to be the poor foul shooting. Norristown could easily be in this ball game, even ahead of this ball game, if they just would have converted half of the missed foul shot opportunities they had.
I agree. Eagles have 13 steals here this evening, unofficially. Chuck Walker must have half of them. Cheerleaders still on the court. Are they going to leave or what? Play basketball, girls.
They must do it a little longer down in Chester.
The minute doesn't go as far or something. He's at $1. Steve Miller. First one's good. 8 points. Chester lead. Clippers 45-53. Miller for 2. He's deadly. Now there's the man who makes the difference. He must have that 9-point margin in free throws himself.
24 points for Miller tonight.
I'll be interested to see the official box scores. Walker from way outside falls. Tap by Queen and won't go. Rebound by Darren Pearsall. 3:02. He's still got to need some help there. Gets it over. Bounce pass. Give the basket away. 10 points, 11 points. Good for Darryl Greene. Jerome Reinhardt down the other side for the Eagles. Steal by Eric Jones. Reinhardt gets it back. We're going to have a foul. We're going to have a jump. What?
Well, if that isn't a foul on Pearsall.
That's what it's going to be, I believe, a foul on Pearsall. But Norristown's down by 11. Hey.
That's, I think, the 5th personal foul on Pearsall? Yeah.
Yes. Pearsall's out of the game.
About the first break Norristown's gotten lately.
2:48 left to go here. They're down by 11. I mean, they were in this ball game.
It was 44-43 at one point. Norristown has scored 1 bucket since then.
Well, you announce the game, you try to be fairly objective. Obviously, we're partisan announcers working for Norristown Area School District, and especially me being a Norristown High student. I hate to see them lose like this when they're in the ball game so much. I know you try to be objective, but I just can't. Okay. Outlet pass. Jerome doesn't make anything. Miller puts the shot up. Rebound by Frankie Dobbs. He's got Wise on his left. Puts the shot up. Nice move by Darryl. So it's 56-47. 2:29 left to go. They've got Miller open. Good play by Reinhardt. Can't find the ball. Greene puts the shot up. Won't go. They taps the rebound. Okay, Jerome Reinhardt finally pulls it down for the Eagles. Out to Darryl Wise. Wise takes it himself. Puts the ball up off the glass and it's good. Darryl Wise doing it himself. 59-46. Saved by Darren Queenan and a Jerome Reinhardt. He's got Frank Dobbs over here. Dobbs with the shot. Yes, and it's good for Frank Dobbs. What a run by the Eagles. 56-51. 157. And Coach Cliff Wilson wants a timeout. There it is. Timeout. What a surge by the Eagles. Maybe having Darren Pearsall foul out of the ball game was the lift that they needed.
Well, 6-point surge there by Norristown gets them within 5, 56-51, but time is not on their side. 1:52 left in this ball game. We have seen Chester go to that stall of theirs, and it's been very effective throughout the ball game. Maybe a case of too little, too late, Jeff.
I don't know. 152 makes it exciting again. It's a 5-point game. 56-51. Norristown can apply some defensive pressure here. It's a brand new ball game.
Well, momentum's definitely on the Eagles' side. It's definitely a good timeout for Chester. They were disorganized out there. Good hustle there by the Eagles' defense, especially Darryl Greene.
Clutch baskets for Darryl Wise, 2 right down in succession. Frank Jobs, what confidence in that jump shot. He just, the bottom of the net, it was a sweet jumper. Frank pulled up and took it.
You know, Frank just reminds me of a guy, some guys are just better shooters off the dribble than just sitting there and loading it up when you're standing still. And Frank just, when he's moving and he pulls up for that little jumper, very effective, and he really can nail it. 1:52 left.
All right, ready to go here. Eric Jones looking for some help. Finally gets it in. Almost thrown out of bounds that time. Good defensive pressure on the inbounds pass by Norristown. Back down low. They're going to go for the stall here. Jones, steal by Frank Dobbs. He's got Darryl Wise with the ball. Wise takes it in himself. Puts the shot up. Oh, won't fall for it. Rebound by Queenan. Puts the shot up and he's knocked to the floor with a foul shot. Darryl will go to the line shooting 2. Play was made that time by Frank Dobbs.
That's right. Dobbs coming out with Darryl Wise driving down the lane. Darryl that time should have just drove right to the basket.
Norristown tonight from the foul line is 11 for 25.
That's pitiful. Norristown's blown many opportunities here in the second half at the line.
And Wise misses another one.
11 for 26.
Norristown needs a basket. 137. Darren misses them both. Oh. Stall game, here it is. Norristown's going to have to foul somebody, force the steal. They had to get those last 2 points. 1:20 the time. Intentional foul by Chuck Walker. Norristown needed that last basket.
That's right. You come up with the...
Wise missed the shot. It was a good shot he took, in and out on him, and Darren got the rebound. He never even got close to putting the ball in the hoop.
And you were looking at a possibility of a 3-point ball game rather than a 5-pointer.
With a possibility to make it 7 here. 1-1. Shots up and good. That's Theron Driggins at the line. Driggins misses this one. It's a 6-point game, 57-51. Reinhardt comes away for Norristown. Chuck Walker gets the ball stolen, gets it back, puts the shot up, lays it in the hoop. Chuck Walker very lucky there. It's a 4-point game, 57-53, 1:04 left. Eric Jones brings the ball down. Steve Miller being fouled. He is not the man to foul. Driggins fouled by Wise. They're going to trust that Theron Driggins is going to miss another one here. Smart play. Do not foul Steve Miller.
No, not the leading scorer with 24 points and sharpshooter from the line. Good recovery at the other end that time by Chuck Walker, losing the ball, picking it up off the court and laying it up and in.
Driggins makes the first one. Driggins makes them both there. Ruins that theory. All right, 59-53, 55 seconds left to go here. Wise takes the ball in himself, lays it in the hoop. Nope. Rebound taken by Theron Driggins. Miller's got the ball. Outlet pass knocked out of bounds by Frankie Dobbs. 45 seconds of time, 59-53. Chester up by 6.
I'd like just to win the setup of that down.
And Darryl Wise is fouled out of the ball game. Stan Hadrick's going to come in. A little bit of a surprise. Stan Hadrick, I said, is entering the ball game. Darrell Wise is fouled out.
Yeah, he's still looking for a shooter at this point. You got to come up with a steal. You're not going to put Dante Woods or Phil Buck back into the game.
Okay, Eric Jones makes the first one, 60-53. Fans starting to partake of a mass exodus here. Won't go. Nope, over the line. One of the Norristown players into the key too soon. Shoot it again. Still misses it. Rebound by Reinhardt, outlet to Chuck Walker. Walker, triple team. What's he doing? Tries to put up the shot. Nothing there. Back down court. Greene with the reverse. Powell taps it up. Taken by Frank Dobbs. Reverse. Stripped right away. Over to Powell. Powell with the easy layup. Now it's blowout time. 62-53, 21 seconds. Frank Dobbs presses the ball up court. Over to Hadrick. Hadrick head fake traveling. 14 seconds, 9-point ball game. Good inbounds pass to Powell. Powell with a nice shot, reverse layup. 64-53, 10 seconds, 9, 8. Dobbs from way outside, off the heel of the rim, no good. Slap the ball out, taken by Queenan. 3, 2, 1. Puts the shot up. At the buzzer, in and out, no good. Final score, 64-53. That's the ball game. Well, we'll see in just a second. Run down the final scoring.
Disappointing loss for the Norristown Eagles. Tonight's final score, 64-53 against the Clippers from Chester. Tonight, Jeff, I think this game pretty much was lost by Norristown on the foul line.
That's right. Norristown was 11 for 26, I believe, from the free throw line. How can you when you make 30% of your free throws?
That's right, and the majority of the misses were on the front ends of one-on-ones, and you blow the first one, you blew the second opportunity because you don't even get a chance to mess up that one. Norristown, we saw them against Edison. They blew many opportunities at the line. We saw it again tonight against the good teams. After the Edison ball game, Coach John Cresswell said that one of the poorest aspects of the Norristown team game has been their free throw shooting, and that sooner or later it would catch up to them when they played a good team. We saw caught up to them against Edison, it caught up with them against Chester tonight. We discussed in the beginning of this ball game, I thought this is a game that Norristown should have won.
That's right. They have the talent to compete with Chester. There's no question about that. Jerome Reinhardt got into this ball game early, played aggressive ball. Second half, he was a little bit dead. He didn't have the things to go to.
Well, I don't think the Norristown even looked for him that much, and I wonder about that. You think you'd work some plays designed specifically for Jerome. Jerome had 12 points at halftime. Let's see, what did he finish with tonight? 12 points. Well, that should tell you something. Against Edison, we saw Darren Queenan 15 points at halftime, finished with 17 in the ball game. Norristown had someone big to go to, someone that was accepting the offensive responsibility. Then the Eagles failed to go back to their source that got them into the ball game.
That's right. Well, Norristown definitely did lose this ball game. Chester, I don't think you said it before. They didn't really win the ball game. Norristown lost it. They didn't make the free throws. Some crucial turnovers. The big plays. Norristown just didn't get the breaks. We've talked about that repeatedly in this ball game. Every borderline play went against Norristown.
Well, I think the Eagles are really facing their first slump of the season. They've lost 2 out of their last 3 ball games. Lost to Edison, won against Methacton. They were overmatched against Methacton, and then lost here tonight. In a way, maybe it's good because we still have, if you're going to have a slump, you might as well have it in the middle of the season rather than at the end, especially when you have a chance to go into the district playoffs. Norristown still has some very tough teams coming up. Franklin, a couple teams from Bethlehem, and of course Central Bucks East and Central Bucks West. So the season there's still plenty of time left for Norristown to turn things around. But I guarantee you, if you come to practice this week, I bet they'll be shooting a lot of free throws.
I certainly hope so. 14-3, the Eagles finish this ball game with, and now Chester raises their record to 15-4, and I'm sure they'll be right up there in the polls come tomorrow.
That's right. The Eagles were ranked number 4 in the Daily News poll, if you go by such polls. Number 2 ranked was Chester. So you're going to see Norristown drops a couple more notches, and I guess Chester is going to keep hold on their second place. Abington was the #1 team. But Norristown still having problems, but as we said, there's still plenty of time. There's 6 or 7 games left in this season, so they can easily turn things around.
Okay, we'll give you the scoring here tonight. Darren Queen led the Eagles with 16 points. Jerome Reinhardt, 12 points, all on the first F key factor. Darrell Wise, 11 points. Dante Woods, 6. I don't know. Chuck Walker, thanks, Alan, for picking up that comment. Chuck Walker, 4 points. Frank Dobbs, 2. You've got to listen when I do the scoring. Phil Bug, 2 points on the tap-in.
Well, I wasn't expecting these grandmotherlies, but 6 points. Yeah, Dante wasn't much of a factor here tonight. We thought
now he says
going against Darren Pearsall, it would be a big matchup, but Pearsall only finished with 6 points. You notice how he incorporated that in there?
That's wonderful. What a segue.
John Powell, 6 points, and I still say he has a terrible jump shot. Eric Jones, 3 points. Theron Driggins, 13 points.
Just
Darryl
like to say
Greene.
his name.
Thespian, no. Darryl Greene, 6 points. Derek Reed, 4 points. And, of course, the big man for Chester tonight, Steve Miller, 24 points. Very good shooter. How could you forget him? He scored 1/3 of your points here tonight, and he really killed Norristown with the outside shooting.
I bet you had 10 points from the free throw line alone.
That's the truth. Hey, like we said, Norristown had an excellent chance to win this ball game. They just didn't take it upon themselves to convert a couple easy free throws.
Okay, we'd like to thank Sam Galbraith for producing our show tonight, running camera, as well as Dan Kylan. Did some fine camera work for us here tonight. Norristown Area School District brings you all these basketball games. We've still got a lot more to go, boys and girls. Stay with us. I'm Jeff Brandon for Alan Raleigh. Stay tuned.